All right, it's time for an update. I know I literally just posted this video yesterday, but things kind of moved around this fast, and I think it's good to kind of talk about this because this is, I think, going to be probably one of the largest problems that I have to overcome when jumping into this process is going to be just trusting people and trusting their word. I've had a really complicated history with that. I've had a lot of people that were good at saying things but not ever delivering on them. So when somebody gives me good news, it's really hard for me to accept that it's real. So that'll be, I believe, an ongoing struggle for this entire process until probably it's done. But that is why we're doing the videos. We did get an update. So just to kind of briefly explain the person who is going to help me make this. There is an actor that I've worked with in the past. I've done a short film with him, I've done a music video with him, and I just really connected to him as a person. He's also, ironically, like a child. I don't think he's older than 21 or 22, but he's doing very well for himself, been a part of some very notable projects across different streaming services, and through that, he's built up a bit of a network to himself, and he's built a lot of good connections, and me and him have always maintained a good friendship and relationship because of just how I like to run sets and the projects, and we just kind of vibed well with each other. So me and him decided to collaborate on this film. For me, I have no exposure to essentially what would be considered real productions, where you're actually working with realistic budgets and with sets and people and just real movie things. I'm very much solo, 2-3 person crew at the most, trying to make everything off of just scraps. So it's going to be really interesting to expose myself to this universe because initially, like I said in the last video, I had projected the budget for me to make it the way that I would want to make it at 130. When I kind of got on the phone with him today and relayed that number, that didn't seem to bother him at all. What he's really looking to do is push us towards trying to make this a SAG film project, because what that does is if we can make it SAG, it creates a lot more marketability to the project. You know, once it becomes SAG, himself and a lot of his colleagues and his actor friends, they can all become involved in the project, because if it's not SAG, they legally can't be a part of the project. So making it SAG is almost critical to ensuring that it gets through distribution, that it gets picked up, that it makes money on the back end, which is what realistically allows us to make more of them. So to me, making it SAG creates a whole new universe of questions and things that I just don't know where it's going to go. And I'm going to be pretty heavily reliant on his understanding of that universe. That's the biggest thing for me that's the hardest to kind of swallow, is accepting essentially the reality of that, knowing that I have to trust him to that what he told me is real, and that this process that we're going through, he's connected to a production company that he's working on other projects with right now, and the goal is to partner the three of us together to produce this film. So that would, right now, according to the way that he was talking, is take the budget from the 100 range to the 300 range to just facilitate all the different things that come into play when it becomes SAG. You know, to me, that's good news. You know, that's a huge win. That would be amazing. I mean, we would get to make a real movie. We'd get to work with the people that I would want to work with. We would get to do this at the scale that I would want to do it. It would be amazing. So I'm trying to not get my hopes too high without, losing track of reality. But to me, it's good news. It's a step in the right direction. We're working towards the goals that I'm hoping for this project, because essentially what I want to do with Slasher is give myself a calling card. I want to prove that I can take a feature from start to finish, make it, finish the post-production, and sell the project and make a profit, so that the next film that I want to do, that to me is my more breakout film, if you will, the project that I think has a lot more potential to demonstrate who I am as a filmmaker, that can be what I come off the back of this with, where, I've already proven myself, I've already proven that I can work with multiple different stages of production and different degrees of people and actors, and work through the entire production process into the post-production process and create a movie that is enjoyable and sellable at the same time. That's what we're doing right now. Just figured, I said I was gonna try and do updates for every time we, take a step forward. This to me is a step forward. That's it. That's the update for where we're at now. It's been an entire one day, and we've had a pretty big jump in the progression of what this reality looks like. I didn't anticipate having the potential of a production company behind it, having the potential of making this SAG. To me, I didn't even fully consider that as real. So it's a cool step forward, and I just want to keep stepping forward and see where it goes. So until next time, we will I'll keep you updated with what's coming up. So later.